Talmor, Shishin Magachi. Talmor is my home. My family have worked the land for generations. My gran says the island does not belong to us, but we belong to the island. And we must be ready, for a great evil is coming, and death follows with it.
Listen and subscribe to the latest season of Undertow, The Harrowing, a Storyglass production presented by Realm, available wherever you get your podcasts.
Hi, I'm Jennifer, a co-founder of the Go Kid Go network. At Go Kid Go, putting kids first is at the heart of every show that we produce. That's why we're so excited to introduce a brand new show to our network called The Search for the Silver Lining, a fantasy adventure series about a spirited young girl named Isla who time travels to the mythical land of Camelot. During her journey, Isla meets new friends, including King Arthur and his Knights of the Round Table, and learns valuable life lessons with every quest, sword fight, and dragon ride. Positive and uplifting stories remind us all about the importance of kindness, friendship, honesty, and positivity. Join me and an all-star cast of actors including Liam Neeson, Emily Blunt, Kristen Bell, Chris Hemsworth, among many others, in welcoming the Search for the Silver Lining podcast to the Go Kid Go network by listening today. Look for The Search for the Silver Lining on Spotify, Apple, or wherever you get your podcasts.
And now, stop me if you've heard this before on the Toddcast podcast.
There are many roles where you would know actor Ryan Robbins, more recently from Riverdale, where he plays Fred Andrews. But dig into his career, and you've seen him on Stargate Atlantis, Sanctuary, Battlestar Galactica, Pure, X-Files, Van Helsing, Arrow. And it's cool because he's local, born in Victoria. Last I heard, he was living in Squamish, and he and I go back to the late 90s when he was playing in a Vancouver rock band. He's a really good guy. It's been fun to watch him climb the acting ladder. And when Ryan was a guest, we talked about seeing In Excess in concert, the shows that he was binge watching. He talked about advancing your career, the superpower of teleportation, his thoughts on legalized weed. We got into comic books, the UFC, Canucks hockey, aliens, and our short attention span to the news cycle, growing up with the music of Motown and old country. And stop me if you've heard this before, Ryan talked about the Watchmen graphic novel and Alan Moore's incredible writing.
Look, that won real mature literary awards. Like it won the bigs, like a novel. So a funny story, I was shooting this movie that I don't think anybody saw called Passengers, not the recent one, it was an older one with Anne Hathaway and Patrick Wilson and Diane Wiest and David Morse. It was an incredible cast. And I was shooting this movie, and I knew they were looking at doing the new Watchmen movie, and this was back when like Keanu Reeves was attached to be Dr. Manhattan and stuff. And all of a sudden, Patrick Wilson shows up on set. He's got the Watchmen graphic novel. I was like, what are you doing? What are you doing with that? And he's like, oh man, he pulled me aside and he sort of told me they were looking at him for Night Owl. And I was like, I know everything about this book. I know everything. And so we talked and talked and talked. Then they start shooting it, and I had got to know Zack Snyder a little bit. I was going to be in the thing. It was a whole crazy. I get this call to go to the table read because Billy couldn't make it. So would you come in and just fill in and be Dr. Manhattan and play the role with the entire cast and all the producers and Zach? And I thought, well, this is my chance. And it was amazing. And I looked across the table and Jackie Earle Haley, full character as Rorschach at the table read, and I was like, oh, this guy is perfect. It was so cool, man. Like, just to see like Patrick get that call at the very beginning, and then I don't know if he had something to do with me being at the table read, and then I got cast in it, and then I had a scheduling conflict and couldn't do it, and I was like,
Man. Oh man.
Stop Me If You've Heard This Before on the Toddcast podcast is brought to you by Puff, purveyors of quality cannabis accessories since 1995. Use promo code TODCAST and get 20% off regularly priced accessories and apparel in-store and online at puff.ca.
Contained herein are the heresies of Radolf Burntwine, erstwhile monk turned traveling medical investigator. Join me as I uncover the blasphemous truth of a plague-ridden world, that ours is not a loving God, and we are not its favored children. The Heresies of Radolf Buntwine, coming January 2nd, wherever podcasts are available.